Yes! Iceberg's the name.
Welcome to DJ Iceberg for the Fame series that we have here over here, DJ Iceberg. My name is Drian Santana. Very, very nice to meet you. How do you pronounce your name? Is it Jaylene?
No,
Jaylene?
It's Jalen. It's like the
Jalen?
my mom just wanted to get creative and put a apostrophe between the names.
Listen, that's the first time I've ever seen Jalen spelled like that. Really creative, so I know teachers in school was having a difficult time to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Always. So, let's just go ahead and jump right in. So, tell us what it was like growing up in what I know it as, and probably you know it as, the Black Hollywood, Atlanta, Georgia. What was it like growing up there?
So I went to Tri-Cities High School, and like everybody knew that, like, you know, Outkast went to our school and everything, and I think this is now, like, I'm realizing that like people didn't have like all Black teachers and like Black doctors and stuff. I grew up with like all my teachers being Black and like everything. So I feel like being immersed in, I guess, Black Hollywood is you kind of don't know it until you grow up.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I went to college for a year, and that was the first time I ever had a white teacher. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's a blessing. I really do think it's a blessing to be immersed with people that look like me and doing certain, you know, huge things and like teaching folks that look like me too. So I think it's actually beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody gets to experience that, and it's nice to be able to see someone who looks like you. That means it's kind of relatable. You know, it makes you feel comfortable. That means that they can somewhat relate to you. Maybe a little bit stricter, but they definitely relate.
I used to get popped. I got popped. My first grade teacher, she used to pop me with the ruler.
Listen, they used to have them fat kindergarten pencils. Like a lady, one of my teachers, she used to pop me on my knuckles, and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, she popped me on my knuckles. I was like, I ain't even do nothing. It was like they used to beat us in school. Used to. So you eventually made your Broadway debut playing as Pearl Crab on the Spongebob Squarepants musical. Like, what was that experience like?
So I was 18, 19, and I think I didn't really realize how big it was until like I was just like doing it consistently, 8 shows a week. So I guess, okay, so at first I didn't want to do it because the name, and, you know, I never really like realized, I don't really want to, you know, portray a character all my life, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And nowadays it's like following me. So like, instead of folks saying, oh my gosh, Jalen, I love your music, they're like, Pearl, I love your music. And so I'm trying to like, you know, deviate from that. So like whenever somebody, you know, says Pearl or whatever, I probably won't like answer, but like, you know, I mean, Broadway, it's now been shut down since the pandemic, but Broadway is a nice small community that like branches out to like TV and everything. So like I didn't really understand the blessing that I was in until like I left. But I think it was great that I left, because I mean, of course, that wasn't really my one true love anyway. So but you know, being Pearl Crabs was nice. You know, I performed at the Macy's Parade. I performed on the Tonys. I've done Good Morning America. It was really nice. But, you know, of course, it's, again, not what I want to do in life. So.
Right, understandable. But hey, you got to experience that. A lot of us probably want to better get on the Macy's Parade. You know, that's like the biggest parade, like, of the year with everything that they do. So, and Good Morning America as well. So, like, you was already there like 18, 19 years old. You know, you was already making something out of yourself. But in 2014, you won the Jimmy Awards. Mm-hmm. What is the Jimmy Awards, and which category did you win it for?
So Jimmy Awards is the national high school version of like the Tonys. Mm-hmm. And the Tonys is, you know, the huge awards for Broadway and music theater. So right. I was 14, 15, however old I was my sophomore year in high school. I won the Jimmy Awards for Best Actress, and I guess I was Dreamgirls that year. So it's basically just like a smaller version of the Tonys for high schoolers, and it's on a national level. Folks get a lot of exposure from it. Folks, you know, after they probably win the Jimmy Awards, they probably go, you know, book a TV show or something. But of course, I was in like mine was 2014. 2015 was when it started getting like the hype where everybody was okay, well, you know, they doing this is like the smaller version of the Tony Awards. So but it was really nice to do it in high school. But I don't think in Georgia. So okay, so you first have to win your state's award. So the one for Georgia is the Schuler Awards. The Schuler Awards is for Georgia. Once you win the Schuler Awards, you and other 50 people around, you know, the state go to New York to perform at the Jimmy Awards. Then the Jimmy Awards, whoever wins that, you get to reap the benefits of, you know, like auditions and like, you know, stuff, you know, skipping at least one level, you know, of like auditions or like something, you know, it's just really great exposure, and you get to meet people, you know, it's a very nice thing for, you know, high school kids.
Well, that's good. I think that's pretty interesting to have. Not a lot of people have those type of awards, you know, and treat it as the Tonys. But I think that's a great accolade to have, you know. So you did eventually make like major appearances on Nickelodeon and like PBS Kids, and then even Olay, you know, just to name a few. How did you decide that you wanted to actually start your career in music?
That's where it was from the get-go. I really just needed an outlet to sing, so music theater was that outlet. And I realized that I wanted to pursue music during Broadway, and like during my breaks, I would be creating songs and stuff on my computer, and like, because I shared a dressing room with somebody I'm really close with. Her name is Stephanie Shu, and she would leave during our breaks between shows, and she would let me record in our dressing room. And then after we would, like, you know, after the break, she would give me a couple more minutes, because like I guess the walls was hollow on Broadway, and like you could hear me, and I was loud and everything. So like people understood that I was like creating music, and I knew that that's what I wanted to do. And then I met a couple people who were doing the music for SpongeBob, and they started helping me like put music behind the stuff that I was already creating. And then after the show had closed, I came back to Atlanta, and I had started working on my stuff in the studio. And it just kind of like snowballed like that. But like at the same time, I always knew that is what I wanted to do, you know, aside from music theater. So, but it was, yeah, I mean, it was pretty hard because I didn't have the utensils to do it. Like I didn't know how to work my, you know, a beat machine or all this other stuff. So like it was, the majority of the demos were like a cappella in the beginning, but like it really started on Broadway, because that's when I really started to, like, you know, kind of figure out how Logic and like Pro Tools work. But yeah, basically.
So is anyone in your family like musically talented or anything?
Okay, no, but everybody loved to paint. I got painters in my family. My mama be teasing me. She'll be like, okay, no, somebody will ask me, like, is there somebody in your family who can sing or whatever? I'm like, no. My mom will come back and she's like, I can give you some low notes or whatever. And then, you know, she'll embarrass me or whatever. But everybody's here. We're all like, well, they're all like painters. My mom's a graphic designer. My uncle does architecture work. My grandma can look at something and draw. I just got the singing part of it, I guess.
Well, I mean, that's, your family's creative. I can't draw for it to save my life.
I can't
I can't build anything. I got a little singing voice, but I didn't go into music. But hey, I mean, at least somebody, you know, you have talented people in your family just in their own way. It's still creative, artistic. Music is artistic as well. So I think that's dope. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive into your music. You released 2 singles. One was called Death of a Black Girl, and then All of Mine. Can you explain the meaning behind both of those singles?
Death of a Black Girl is 2 stories combined. It's one of my friends and my story combined, and I tried to tell it from the standpoint of Black women everywhere. Or like I tried to capture like 100 stories in 2. And Death of a Black Girl kind of just started where it's like people monetize off of certain things that we can't really monetize off of because it's not seen as beautiful on us. And they leech and they take, and if you keep taking from something, then you're not going to have anything at the end. Like, it's just going to be bone, and then eventually you're going to have a corpse. You're not going to be able to monetize off it, and then they like throw you to the side, and then I feel like it's a recurring cycle. So like, I was thinking of it as like after the cycle is done, then it's like, okay, well, then there's a Black girl that's, you know, left alone or like dead or like just hollow. So instead of me like just, you know, saying, okay, well, there's nothing left to take, I was just saying that there's, you know, death after. So Death of a Black Girl, and the shortest way possible to say, it's basically just like 100 stories of Black women in two. So and my story, I'll say my story, I won't tell hers, but hers is mine is about the fact that when I was very insecure growing up, and I didn't realize the beauty that I had or possessed until like, well, I'll give it like probably like even a year ago, but I would always like have guys who were interested in me and all this other stuff, and then like it just would never go further, or it wouldn't go past the point of like just I don't know, it just wouldn't get past a certain point. And then like I would see them like later on with like these like white girls, and then eventually I was like, okay, well, is it because I'm not bad, or like it's just like a insecurity like that was very deep, you know, deeply embedded in me. So like I just wanted to write my half on Death of a Black Girl, and hers is like, it's not similar, but it's another story of like, you know, an insecure you know, something that happened, or like just basically it's just like small things, or small, you know, things that shape us or like make us feel insecure, and then like I just wanted to put it into a small story.
Right. Well, I must say they missed out because you're a beautiful girl. Put them, okay, because they over there eating unseasoned food anyway. So, and we got the flavor and the sauce, okay. But trust me, a lot of Black women, we deal with these things every day, either with guys or even other women who, you know, talk about the way someone looks. You know, everyone has their own different types of insecurities, but it makes us who we are.
Yeah.
We grow, we learn, and eventually we love ourselves to the fact that they get upset. You don't
need nobody else to love you.
What you want? Like, hello.
I can love me, myself, and all by myself, you know? And it took a very long time to understand that. And me putting out Death of a Black Girl definitely helped me overcome like certain insecurities and pains that I was going through, you know, and mental insecurities and all this other stuff. So me writing that actually helped me. So
I believe it helped a lot of other women who probably have dealt with the same thing as well. So it's those type of the inspirational that can, you just turn it when you feel like you're insecure, you just turn this song on and just, it uplifts you. It makes you want to love yourself more than anybody else could. Because once you love yourself, you won't have to worry about nobody else trying to love you. Like, at all. So,
and all mine, okay. So all mine was the pinnacle. Okay, that's funny. All mine is like when I was really realizing that, okay, like I don't really need nobody, like, you know, but if somebody wanted me, like this, that, and the third, that you need to understand, you know, when you see me. So like, I feel like I got, I don't, you know, okay, so, you know, yeah, I got expensive taste, but, you know, we balling on a budget. And, you know, I like to look pretty. I like to, you know, keep myself, you know, up and everything. And all mine is basically just like a little 3-minute song about me and how this is just like the, all mine is just like the afterthought of my insecure parts of Death of a Black Girl. And all mine is, I mean, all mine could really be like any woman. It could really like just sit for any woman, because like, why is it that, you know, we can't have, you know, the luxuries and all this other stuff? You know what I mean? I think that every Black woman deserves luxury. I think she deserves it all. So I definitely wrote all mine after the fact of my pain and hurt.
Well, hey, nothing ways to have a song that you can bounce off of.
Yes.
You know, Beyonce's Frequent Dress, you know, we all play that song when we about to get ready to go out. Definitely. So you also recently dropped your EP called Illustrations. Why did you name your EP that?
Because again, I can't draw, and I'm not a painter. But the way I illustrate, and also I've never been like the best communicator. I think I'm getting into it now, because like when I was younger, people would only listen to me when I sang. So it's like, okay, if people are gonna only listen this way, then I'm gonna make them listen this way. You know what I mean? Like they'll have no other choice but to listen in this way. And I'm a friend of mine said that I was illustrating a full conversation sonically, and I like to connect with people sonically. Like I feel like that was just my way of painting without paintbrush and without paintbrush colors, you know, pencils and all that other stuff. Like I feel like illustrations is definitely my way of communicating my thoughts and how I feel and what I believe and certain things that, you know, make me happy into a small EP. And that is my way to communicate and get people to understand how I feel. And I think people understood. I'm trying to, my dream is to have an orchestra. So I'm trying to, and for some reason when you, of course, yeah, people be falling asleep at the opera, but like you have to admit, like at least one of them points in times that when you was sitting or like listening to some type of classical music, you was probably like, okay, well, he was hitting that violin a little too good, you know, and he probably cut it off. But like at least something connected with you in the midst of it. So I'm trying to like mix orchestrations and modern music together, and that's my way of communicating. That's my way of illustrating pictures, and that's my way of, you know, connecting to people, you know, is like through live music, through orchestral music and modern music mixed together. And that's just my way of connecting. And illustrations was my what, how long was it, like 1 hour way of conversation.
Right. Well, honestly, I actually did take a listen to your EP, and I must say it was amazing.
Thank
like
you.
it was really refreshing to hear. Like I actually told your publicist, I was like, she sounds like an early, it was one of the songs that I was listening to. I can't remember which one it was, but it was like, she sounds like an early Beyonce, like first solo album, Dangerously in Love, like maybe a Speechless. Like like one of your songs, it reminded me of like an early Beyonce. You have like this neo soul sound where it's kind of like reminds me of her.
That's a huge compliment.
It really does sound like, when I was listening to it, I was like, oh my God, this sounds like an early 2000, you know, Beyonce or whatever. But it sounds really good. It sounded like you took your time on this EP, you know, even though it's like
I was writing this during like 2017. Like I've been writing this over the course of like a couple years, you know, mixed with songs that like, yeah, I wrote this year, but like I wanted it to be an arc. So I'm glad that you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was also, I need to, girl, you done put me on to new music. I'm tired of hearing about me wanting to fight everybody or whatever the type of songs that we create. Need something to calm me down sometimes. And this one is definitely it. Like I can definitely hear like one of your songs, or maybe like Insecure or something. We need to get Issa Rae on the call. Let her put one of your songs in there. Definitely.
Yeah, let's call it up.
It's like, we got to. It's the most definitely. So you said you was writing like, you know, this since 2017. So when did the process, you know, begin when you got into like the studio and started recording?
When did it begin? It began early this year. All mine was recorded in January. And then everything kind of followed after. Everything was written probably in like at the end of 2019, at the beginning of 2019, everything was finished. All of the lyrics were finalized. I knew, okay, so next step is to go in the studio, but I knew that I had all the songs from 2017 into 2019 combined. then the beginning of 2020 was when I started. January was when I started laying everything down. So it's been a long process just because of the fact that like I'm transitioning from Broadway to music, but I definitely like it was not easy to transition and convince everybody, you know, because I look, I'm about to turn 22, so it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been the easiest convincing my family that like, okay, I'm about to move from a huge Broadway job to like starting at, you know, square one again. But they're understanding now that, you know, this is what I want to do. So illustrations, you know, definitely I needed them in the beginning of January. So it's been a nice hot train ride. It's been from January till when did it drop? The beginning of September. So yeah.
So when it dropped on September 9th, the next day you woke up, you know, it was like at number 87, and then it jumped up to number 20 on the iTunes charts.
Somebody used to say it went to 18 at one point. I was like, what?
You moving up. Like every day you waking up and it's like your project is moving upward, you know what I'm saying? So what was that like when you actually saw it from going from 87 to 20?
I think I sat in the chair for a little bit and didn't really realize that it happened because all my friends was with me, and I sat in the chair and I think I was stuck for at least a hot half an hour, and then I like called my mama, and at the end of the day, it was just like, okay, we on one stepping stone. Okay, now we got to get to the next stepping stone. It was just, I think it was a blessing, but I didn't want to get caught into it because I was like, okay, it's too good to be true. I was pinching myself. I don't know. It just made me feel like it was a good way to tell myself, okay, I'm on the right path. Okay, I'm doing the right thing. This is what I really wanted to do. This is my one true love. So, it was basically just like a reminder. Okay, let's keep going. I think it was really good though. It made me happy. Girl, I think I even cried a little bit. I had a little tear.
Oh, I saw it. I was stalking your Instagram. I saw the video, just popping a little champagne. I was like, that was.
I was popping the champagne that night. I was a little lit. I was happy.
I would have been too. It's like the support that you had surrounding you in that video is exactly what every artist needs with every success that they have in their life.
Yeah. I was definitely before my EP dropped, I was very I was down. I was unsure. I didn't know how I was going to get stuff out because people were doing me wrong left and right, and I thought I was alone. And out of the blue, there was this person who I prayed. I promise you, I prayed for this person. His name is Tally, and then I prayed for Taryn, who also helped me get this interview. So they just came like thief in the night. It was crazy how quick it came after I prayed, but like I was unsure if I was going to even drop it, and they kind of reassured me, and I was very thankful for the support that I had around me. So and my mama was upset that I was even thinking about not doing it, but I just needed some type of like, push, because industry is rough. Industry is very rough. So I just needed somebody, get me back up and, reassure me that this is really what I needed to do. So.
Well, I'm glad they did that because this is something that you needed to do. Definitely. So who would you say are your biggest influences? Like, who did you grow up listening to as a kid?
Okay, who did I grow up listening to? Okay, my mama is from Detroit. Mm-hmm. And her cleaning radio, like, how your mama, like, on Sunday when she, get up to clean. In Detroit, their radio wasn't segregated back in the day. Mm-hmm. So, like, her music is, like, they got, like, Elton John and, like, Nina Simone. And then you come back to, 90s pop soul or some TLC. Her little thing was weird. So I grew up listening to everybody just about. And I think that's kind of where, like, I get my, like, orchestra feel from. But if I was to really say who I grew up on, I'll say Nina Simone, Aretha Franklin, of course Beyonce. I grew up on I grew up on a little bit of Mariah Carey, and then it goes all the way back to like some rock folk. Like, but if I was really, really like the top 3 people would be Nina Simone. Oh snap! I'm missing somebody. Fleetwood Mac. It's a whole bunch of people. Okay, so I'm gonna narrow it down. So Nina Simone, Aretha Franklin, and then Beyonce.
Okay, so those are the top 3.
Them is the top 3.
Off the chart. Like, as soon as I play this song, this is my jam.
My heart. I know every word from word. You don't gotta you ain't gotta tell me what song is coming up next. I'ma know it. You know what I mean? I got I'ma know them songs. So
definitely, trust me. I'm a part of the Beehive too. Since Destiny Child girls time all day. Don't talk about B. We're going to fight.
Not it. But I can't have no conversations about it unless it's some good.
But I ain't that crazy now. I'm not gonna stalk you and then try to get your page reported or send death threats. I ain't on that type of level. I just say relax. The facts. So when can we expect to see some visuals out of you?
Okay.
Orchestra. I'm ready to see like what can Jalen do with the visuals as a voice.
Very, very soon. I just got finished doing a couple things, so soon. I can say it's very, very soon. It's either gonna drop probably like in the end of this year or beginning of next year. But I have so many things up my sleeve that I've been dying to put out. I just gotta get I gotta get all the I gotta dot my I's and cross my T's before I do all my stuff. I gotta be very strategic about what I drop. So but soon. I'm not gonna leave 2020 without posting nothing.
Listen, I'm very excited. Like, I'm gonna be stalking your Instagram and checking to see at the end of this year did she drop it, and I may send you Jalen. It's the end of the year.
Yeah, I would do it. I'm sticking by my word.
So, who could you in the near future, as your career is flourishing, who could you see yourself collaborating with?
I want to collaborate with anybody, but I love Ari Lennox and I love Giveon. I love that man voice. Oh, and Lucky Day.
Yeah.
Honestly, anybody. Shoot. I do be Young Thug. I do. Hey, any and anybody. I'm a very friendly person. I just, if everybody.
So where do you see your career going as an artist? Switching from Broadway, seeing where it took you, where do you see your career as an artist going?
I think the sky is the sky's the limit, but beyond that, I dream about it. I dream about the places that I can go, the things that I could do, people that I can sing to, people that I can heal. I want to be as high as the sky is. I would love to do that. That's my thing. I want to be as close to the moon as I can get.
Nothing wrong with that. Just make sure you got, oxygen, because you can't breathe out there.
Yeah.
You need to make sure you're okay. So what advice would you give your younger self?
My younger self? Oh. Girl, you don't need them. Yeah, that's my advice. You are okay. You do not need them. My mama always said, when I was real young, I used to like really want friends and all this other stuff, but I had to learn that being alone is the best thing possible for my growth. So I didn't need them, and it turned out that I really didn't need them. So yeah, people who was bad for my health, I didn't see that they were bad for my health until I grew up. But you ain't need them at the end of the day. But and then I got one more thing. So my mama always asked me, well, when I was younger, my mama always asked me like, what's my plan B? And then I would be like, okay, my plan B is to make sure that my plan A works. So I would tell my younger self that your plan A gonna work regardless.
I like that. Okay. What's your zodiac sign? Cause
Yeah.
I'm huh?
Guess.
What's your zodiac sign?
You gotta guess.
Yes. Let's see. Is it a water sign?
Yeah.
So, are you a Cancer?
Oh no. But my best friend's a Cancer, but no.
So you gotta be like a Scorpio.
Yes.
See, I knew it because I'm a Cancer. I'm listening to the way you talk, and I'm like, she's a water sign. She has to be in tune with her emotions, and I know this. So like with her emotions, and I dealt with the same thing about wanting to be friends with people and growing up and learning that, I'm not even friends with anybody from high school anymore. Like
Girl, same.
at all. Like, don't even talk to them. They may see me out in public or whatever and may speak to me, but as far as like being as friends as we used to be, not at all. Maybe
it's only like how many you think for you?
it's only two people that I'm still friends with from high school.
It's only 3 for me.
Two people to this day.
Everybody
else, I don't know where they at.
I feel like you have to be in tune with your emotions once you grow up, because like I just want to be aware. Like I need to, I'm glad you asked me what my zodiac sign was, because I want people to be as in depth with me, as I want to be in depth with, other people. Like I love astrology. I love understanding. And I don't put my I got my crystals over there. I charged them up because it's a full moon. I don't put them outside. Like I'm definitely good.
Listen, I ask anybody their zodiac sign. I mean, I listen to how people speak, and then I'm like, you sound like you might be in my clan of the waters. We said, when I asked water sign, he's like, yes. I was like, okay, it's either Cancer or Scorpio. Pisces. My mama Pisces. My mom was a Pisces.
My moon is a Pisces.
See, listen. Pisces.
Look.
We own to something, Well, my moon is Gemini, and I'm a rising Libra. So
okay. I rise in Leo.
My Venus is in Leo. See, we own to something. We here.
We are. We are. I bet you intuitive too, huh?
Very. Like I be knowing about stuff before it even happened. I'm like, I gotta go. I tell my friend, I'm like, I don't know about this person. You might want to watch them, and then eventually down the line something happened. I'm like, I told you, but you ain't gotta listen to me. They ain't my friend.
Yeah. Well, my grandma be telling me, okay, well, I feel different. I had a couple dreams. I'll stay my tail home. You got to tell me if you say don't go, and you had a couple dreams, girl, I'll be home. I'll stay home.
I get bad vibes when I'm in places because I'll be like, oh, something about to happen. So let me just go before it, and then eventually something ends up happening.
I feel the energy shift sometimes too. Like if somebody walk in and you feel their energy, and like, you probably don't even have to speak to them. Once they walk out, the energy in the room shifts. People carry those type of things. Energy don't die.
People don't know that. They don't understand when I be telling them that. Cause I can meet someone, and if my mood changes, it's about them that I do not like. It's something about them, but I can't figure out what it is yet. But it's something there.
It's like you don't have to even know. You don't even have to be aware of it. You know what I mean? You just feel a certain type of way. You get chills and goosebumps. Something has shifted.
Definitely. And if my mood shift, that person got something on them, but I don't want it.
I think I'm nice. I think I'm very nice to people. And I'm not. Of course, I'm not about to let my how I feel change, like during the course of somebody walking in and their energy feeling, being a little wonky, but I'm definitely let you know that, something tipped me off a little bit, maybe you need to watch out for such and such, because such and such probably got something on them.
Yeah, I definitely say that. Like, I tell them, like, if my mood shifts, something ain't right. Something wrong with this person, and then they'll be like, oh, ain't nothing wrong with them. I don't feel nothing. Of course, you don't feel what I feel. And what I feel is right. So I'm like, I'm gonna let you hang out with them.
Go ahead and do what you got to do.
Then gonna come to me 3 weeks later. Well, Santana, you are right. Okay, I told you.
Okay. I told you that such and such was, had some type of thing on them.
And you didn't listen.
Didn't listen.
Now look at you.
Oh boy. I need to go look, that's how I communicate with people now. I mean, like, that's not how I communicate with people now, but somewhere down the line in our conversation, I'm going to ask you, do you know your chart?
Some people don't know their chart. I'm telling you.
Some people don't know what time they was born.
I do. My mom would not wish me happy birthday until that time. I'm so serious. Like, will not at all. Until that time that I came out is when she gonna wish me happy birthday.
What time were you born?
I was born at 1:11 p.m.
So your mom waited the whole day?
Listen, I'm telling you, this year when I turned 26, I was here. Both of my parents they wouldn't wish me happy birthday. She was like, nope, I'm not gonna do it. My dad kept running in and out of my room like, it's almost that time. I'm like, everybody else, happy birthday, but y'all want to wait till 1:11. Okay, I guess. They do it every year.
What you doing for Halloween?
I don't even know. I want to go to a Halloween party, honestly.
That's my birthday.
Okay. See, I think that's the best to be born on holidays. See, I should have been born on July 4th, but I came in the day after.
My best friend's birthday is July 4th, and people was not celebrating July 4th this year.
Yeah, they were not.
So his birthday, we popped fireworks, the little poppers that you get from Walmart. We did them like 2 days before July 4th. But wait, when were you born then?
I was born July 5th, the day after the 4th.
Well, then you could pop some fireworks. That's just like July 4th. It's the residual.
They didn't want to pop no fireworks. They didn't want to do anything.
Like, y'all ain't had no cookout?
Huh?
Y'all ain't had no cookout?
No, ma'am. Listen, when that whole pandemic took place, my mother said, I ain't going nowhere near our folks. We staying here. We're going to cook here, and that's it. I'm not going to, she don't go inside the house or anything. She would sit and talk to my grandmother in her truck, and my grandmother would stand outside. And
that's really how it's supposed to be. She doing right.
I was like, I'm not coming in that house. I don't know what y'all got. She had her mask on when she walked in the house. And I just be like, and me, I walk in freely like, listen, if we gonna get it, we gonna get it.
Honestly, but like, okay, so I've been getting my tests taken like every couple weeks, and they all come back negative. But like the thing is, you can catch it like after, and like the test results is for that day that you took it. Okay. So everybody like trying to, if in my family they'd be like, so y'all got your papers? You got your papers? Y'all got your papers? I'm like, yes. If I'm like a week late, because everybody, our family wants to see each other, and we wear our masks, but everybody wants to see each other. So everybody's like, you got your papers? You got your papers? It's almost like that's the greeting before hello.
It sounds like it. Like, you can't come in the house. Let me see your papers at the door.
Let me see them papers.
That would never happen. Oh man, Jalen, like this has been great, girl. Like I feel like I feel like we friends now.
Honestly,
backing you up.
Honestly, I'm excited we did this. Now I got me a new friend. Got me a new water sign friend.
See, I need people who can relate to me. My best friend, she's a water sign too, but
we're the best.
She's Scorpio, October 25th. So
look, that's the best. I'm trying to tell you, don't nobody feel emotions like us.
Not at all. Like, not at all. But before I let you go, where can anyone find like your music or keep up with you and stuff?
Okay, it's all on Spotify. If you type in my name on Spotify, Apple Music, honestly, if you type in my name on Google, all of the things will pop up. You just type in Jalen Josey. Google will send you to Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Deezer, SoundCloud. Also, if you go to my Instagram, I got it in the link. Mm-hmm. I got it in the link to go to all of the platforms. So if you go to my Instagram, Jalen Josey, without the apostrophe, but It's in my bio. I bet if you type in my name, you'll find it in that way. It's probably easiest to go on my Instagram and just go to the bio, but if you type in Jalen Josey, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, Jalen, I thank you so much for this wonderful interview that turned into like a whole conversation about astrology.
Thank you. Thank you for having that conversation with me. People got to know.
Got to know. So they see this interview, they don't have to ask no questions. You already know.
Yes.
Already know. But I thank you so much once again. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Like for real.
Thank you so much.
Connected. I'm trying to watch your whole career flourish. Got to.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. Thank you.
No problem. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
All right.
Bye.